A $2.3 million war on gangs bill earned the endorsement from a critical group of lawmakers this week, claiming Colorado could easily follow California's bad example. House Majority Leader Chris says his multifaceted bill could help defuse gangs. It proposes to beef up the ranks of state drug agents and toughen sentences for gang-related crimes. While the bill passed the committee handily, there still are some critics out there.
You put 25 men on the street that, okay, it's there. They getting big fat paychecks, driving these big beautiful cars. But you put a Reverend Leon Kelly, and I guarantee you he could do more work than one day than they could do in a whole year.
And it won't even cost no $2 million.
It won't cost nothing. Okay, 50.
We're not even getting paid now.
Exactly.
Last summer, Delonte Carolina, a Northeast Denver high school student, was killed in a drive-by shooting. He was one of 3 boys killed recently during the war between the Crips and the Bloods.
Hands on top of the car.
While the cocaine derivative crack is central to many gang members' economic survival, it's the colors they wear that gang members are willing to fight and die for.
They call themselves Cuz, which is black slang for cousin. You'll see the graffiti with Cuz, C-U-Z-Z, or just C-U-Z. And their favorite phrase is, "What's up, Cuz?" Now that phrase can start a war.
It's this destructive value system concentrated in Northeast Denver that has forced the Denver Police Department to assign these 40 officers to specialize in gang violence. So far, they've identified close to 1,000 gang members. But their efforts are not enough. That's what House Majority Leader Chris and law enforcement officials have convinced at least one group of lawmakers. His solution, a $2.3 million war on gangs bill.
And the primary thrust of this bill is to get a handle on the gang problem early on in its infancy, if you will, in this state, and to try and interdict the major economic support of gang activity, which is trafficking in drugs and narcotics.
Paulson says his bill will allow Colorado to get a handle on the gang problem before it gets out of hand as it has in California.
Crips, they want to be better than the Bloods, and the Bloods want to be better than the Crips.
So they fight.
So they fight and see who's going,
who stand up to
like the tallest.
Over at the Open Door Youth Gang Ministries, headed by the Reverend Leon Kelly, former gang members joined Kelly in turning thumbs down on the bill. They were asked to respond to specific provisions. Number 1, gang graffiti would carry a mandatory 1-year jail term for a second offense.
That's part of combating the problem. You shouldn't give them no year or 2 or 3 years in jail because it ain't gonna get cleaned up. All that's gonna happen is that somebody gonna say, "Oh, my homeboy got locked up for spraying on." All right, we're gonna sneak around tonight and we're gonna spray up everything.
And the police station. You think about it, nobody has really been caught doing writing graffiti anyway.
In the daytime,
people's gonna have to stop underestimating, the fellas. You're not gonna see nobody in the broad daylight go out and just hit up.
It could be the mayor's house. You don't care. You going down there, you gonna symbolize, okay, this is the hood that we want. We gonna write on everything. We don't care if it's got gold or whatnot. We gonna write everything that our name on it. So what? Whose house is it?
Number 2, adult and juvenile jails would be authorized to segregate gang members to stop recruiting in prisons.
It's just like putting an alligator over here in this one corner and putting a crocodile right here and just waiting to see who's the best. But yet it's still holding them off from each other.
Number 3, sentences would be increased to 5 years if a crime is committed with an automatic weapon.
I see that as adding on to the problem. I see that as adding on because they're only looking at it as one way. Well, if we can lock them down, that's not, and that ain't how it is. That's not reality. If you come to reality, you got to work with something to change it.
Number 4, adding an undetermined number of drug enforcement agents to the Colorado Bureau of Investigations. And finally, the allocation of $2.3 million state dollars to fight gang violence.
You put 25 men on the street that, okay, it's there. They getting big fat paychecks, driving these big beautiful cars. But you put a Reverend Leon Kelly, and I guarantee you he could do more work than one day than they could do in a whole year.
And it won't even cost no $2 million.
It won't cost nothing. Okay, 50.
We're not even getting paid now.
Exactly.